The period between 1875 and 1914 is obviously the era of a new type of empire, the colonial. The economic and military supremacy of the capitalist countries had long been beyond serious challenge, but no systematic attempt to translate it into formal conquest, annexation, and administration had been made between the end of the 18th and the last quarter of the 19th century. Between 1880 and 1914, it was made, and most of the world outside Europe and the Americas was formally partitioned into territories under the formal rule of or informal political domination of one or other of a handful of states, mainly Great Britain, France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, the USA, and Japan. The victims of this process were, to some extent, the ancient surviving pre industrial European empires of Spain and Portugal. The former, in spite of attempts to extend the territory under its control in northwest Africa, more than the latter. However, the survival of the major Portuguese territories in Africa, Angola and Mozambique, which were to outlast other imperialist colonies, was due primarily to the inability of their modern rivals to agree on the exact manner of dividing them among themselves. No similar rivalries saved the relics of the Spanish Empire in the Americas, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and in the Pacific, the Philippines, from the USA in 1898. Nominally, most of the great traditional empires of Asia remained independent, though the Western powers carved out zones of influence or even direct administration in them, which could, as in the Anglo-Russian agreement over Persia in 1907, cover their entire territory. In fact, their military and political helplessness was taken for granted. Their independence rested either on their convenience as buffer states, as in Siam, now Thailand, which divided the British and French zones in Southeast Asia, or Afghanistan, which separated Britain and Russia, on the inability of rival imperial powers to agree on a formula for division, or on their sheer size. The only non European state which successfully resisted formal colonial conquest when this was attempted was Ethiopia, which held Italy at bay, the weakest of the imperial states.